Alright. Greetings and salutations, friends. Charles has returned. Huzzah. Welcome back, one and all, to Charles' Chill Channel and to my continuing Dark Souls Shakespeare playthrough. Charles, glad to have you back. MNC Gamers, hello. I am glad to be back as well. Glad to have you back, too. Yes, Dank Souls Remastered. I look back and he gone. Ooh, Dank Souls. Yes, sorry. I had to close the stream in order to open up this game. Which, you know, that's PS5 streaming for you. This is exactly where we ended off last night. But yes, welcome in, friends. Glad to have you back. Thanks for sticking around, for those who watched through my Bible reading and are still here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Golden Guy, hello, Golden Guy, my dear golden boy of Twitch. Yes, I'm not feeling great. Had some back pain and some the continuance of my sinus issues are still here. But other than that, God is good. God is with us. That's what matters. Yes, my PC last night. Well, okay, so what happened was, last night I was streaming Dark Souls, right? Through my capture card. And it was doing well until about every 30 minutes to an hour, the visuals of the game would freeze. My stream was still up, the game was still running fine on the PS5, but the capture card image was freezing every so often. So then I'd have to unplug the stinking capture card and then replug it, and then it would work for a certain amount of time. So, what I did was, I was like, okay, around 7 o'clock last night, I thought, I'll just restart the stream, I'll restart the computer, maybe update a driver or something, and that might fix the problem. So I updated a driver, restarted the computer, and it will not connect to any HDMI port at all anymore. So last night I tried so many different things, trying to get it to work, and it did not. So we are streaming directly from the PS5 today, as in ye olden times, before I had the PC, which was back in 2020 and beforehand, when I used to stream from PS4. So, you know, we can definitely deal with this. I hope the audio is fine, but it works. We don't have any of the regular overlays, and we don't have any fun sound effects to work with, or notifications, for that matter. But you have Charles, you have the game, you have chat. What else do you need? Yes, PS5 Charles, better than no Charles. Exactly. Exactly. One thing about PS5, PS4 streaming is you don't have to worry about anything. You just start it up, have your camera and your mic set, and you're good. There's nothing else to do. And I kind of appreciate that. It's not ideal, but it is easy, you know? It's just upload and go. Lock in. You're done. Yeah, that audio mixing, etc. is all very well done by Sony. Not as elaborate, but definitely well done. I would agree. The visuals, though, the camera, the HD camera, as well as PS5 cameras, like, they're not so great in terms of quality. Like, even though they say they're 1080p, it's so grainy. It's so... and the color is all washed out. That's my big gripe. I am using the same mic as always, so get to have that quality anyway. Although it does not have all the same filters. snap. Oh no. Alright, I win. Need to upgrade my health so I can make more use of these Estises. But yeah, how are you doing, MNC Gamers? I hope you are well, not going through any technical difficulties like I am. This will be a very short stream, probably 2.5 hours at least, 3 at most. Should I go and do this before? Yeah. Just in case we get up to 20,000, then I can unlock the Crest of Artorias, which will allow us to do the Mega Grind. I don't know if I want to do that. So we already defeated the Moonlight Butterfly, which went down super easy, because we summoned the Witch Beatrice, and she just took her out immediately. Something about Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls is that the scaling of bosses, if you summon, is not very high. Things remain pretty easy throughout in terms of bosses, even if you summon. Give me that heater shield. Pretty good. Engineer finally got out to sort the boiler, so we're warm again. Nice! Congratulations. Huzzah for warmth. Yay, Berximus. If you got a second, I would like your opinion on something. Offline, of course. Oh. I see. I wonder what it is. Well, if you message me, then I will try to message back, my friend. I am definitely not a counselor or a therapist. If there are any sort of personal problems in your life you're going through, I am not a good person for that. But okay, it's nothing like that, alright? A content thing. I mean, you could ask me about it now, if it's not personal. The way I like to do things in this channel is anything that can be said in public can be said in the chat. Hello, Ripping Reaper. Greetings and salutations. You platinumed Dark Souls 1. Very nice. You attempted to try to run a guitar plugin through stream, but the audio for it is quite complex. Well, for you anyway. Yeah, definitely. It is not easy getting guitar music to play through stream, sadly. Oh, he missed. Yay. Ah, video that's still in a work in progress. I see. Alright. Can keep that in the down low. I would love to talk to you about that. There we go. Yeah, I've stopped accepting random DMs from people unless I know what they are, because that has led to some grievance in the recent past. So, that's why I like to steer clear of any DMs unless I know what's going on. $72 to 20 kills in MW2 today. Very nice, very nice. You are getting up there, Ripping Reaper. I honestly don't know how good that is. I'm sure it's incredibly good. But I do not play, so I'm not sure how good it is in comparison to other multiplayer leaderboards. And I don't care. How's the humanity run going? We still have our humanity, if I'm Yes, we still have our humanity. Our redhead, Shakespeare, is coming along quite nicely. The spear, at least the winged spear, is quite nice. It is very good. Best card since MW3. I am glad to hear it. That is impressive. Should I go for 20,000 to just upgrade now? That's always a good, it's an issue, big question. Shotgun and sniper. Classic. That reminds me of Halo so much. Shotgun and sniper is kind of the way to go in those games. I could go endurance. Yeah, you know what? 1, 1, 1. Can always grind that 15,000 back if we wanted. Shoddy Snipers was one of your all-time favorite modes in Halo multiplayer. Right, Golden Guy? Right? Some crazy good times. Some very sweaty loadout options out there. To be sure. Indubitably. Oh, I love it when they line up like that. Haha. Don't even have to worry about them. Sweaty as heck. Have you done much Halo, Charles? I've played through every Halo outside of Halo 5. And Halo Infinite. Campaign. Not on stream, though. I haven't played any Halo on stream. No, that's not true. I actually played Halo Infinite multiplayer, since it's free, on stream. And that was fun. With bots. I even did a little bit of multiplayer with people. Halo Infinite campaign is awesome. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I hear very negative things about it from everyone else. I'm glad you can enjoy it. Seems to be a very lackluster open world, even if it does have the classic gameplay formula of Halo. Had no idea you have dabbled in the Halo realm. I'm a massive Halo fan. Yeah, Halo is great. My whole family loves Halo, including my mother. It's fun, great fun, gameplay-wise. You're shooting aliens with modern tech. Not even super sci-fi tech, just modern tech. As well as, the sci-fi Master Chief armor, the Mjolnir. Mark 5 or whatever it's called. I even read a couple of the books. Always quite tragic. This is a revelation to me, yes. Game Ninja not a fan of Halo himself. That is okay. I will say, though, the story and the relative, the relationships, the characters, they're just so well done, so well written. The Halo games' stories are better written than most modern movies, I tell you. How'd the TV show turn out? I saw it was being made. It's nothing like what it ought to be at all, but I have heard some people who have enjoyed it, who haven't played any Halo games. So, a lot like Rings of Power. Basically a massive disappointment to anyone who plays the games and knows what Master Chief and the characters are supposed to be like. But, yeah, kind of a massive letdown, but probably some drama, action to be had. Yeah, there's a terrible success rate for gaming and live-action crossovers. It doesn't have to be that way, though. It's just Hollywood is in a certain state right now where they don't actually want to adapt what they are adapting. They want to make their own thing, which is exactly not what the fans want. It's like that with Halo Infinite, it's like that with The Witcher now, and I will say, the first season of Witcher was not bad. I mean, it was very bad in terms of what is appropriate for television, but well made. I love Henry Cavill in that role, but yeah, they don't care about the source material or their fans, they just care about their own political agendas. It's true, Ninja Gaming. It has never been more clear than in the video game sphere. Haha, that rhymed. Are you good for stone armor? I definitely do not have the endurance for it. Can't wait for The Witcher 3 remake. Yeah, that's happening. There's a lot happening with The Witcher. New Witcher game is slowly approaching upon the horizon. Who knows when it will come out? Apparently The Witcher TV show is going right ahead, even though it doesn't have Henry Cavill in it. It's a little scary. Makes me realize I don't really care about The Witcher that much if Henry Cavill is not associated with it. Ouch. Also, we may be having a turnaround, though, if what Henry Cavill is doing catches on with other Hollywood executives, which is creating game-based TV shows and films by the fans for the fans, because Henry Cavill is heading up production of a Warhammer 40k TV series. And we all know he is a massive nerd when it comes to 40k and video games and the like, and apparently that's one of the reasons why he was let go or left production of Witcher. It's because he was very passionate about, you know, making a video game accurate portrayal, and the studio was not. And so he left, which, good on him. So I'm actually incredibly excited. That's the second stone greatsword we've gotten. Wow. Yep. High on Life is amazing. Oh, is that the one with, made by the people who made Rick and Morty? That looks absolutely disgusting to me. I will not tell a lie. Should I upgrade resistance? No. The answer is always no. More of it. Yeah, with the talking guns. I did watch an inordinate amount of Rick and Morty. I will say there are a few jokes in there that made me laugh, but it's not worth the amount of inappropriate, crude humor in it. It's like, really? Really? Yes, really. Total atheist, bigots that make it. And I don't throw around that word lightly. Definitely bigoted against certain groups of people. And it's not okay. I do not support the creators of Rick and Morty in any sense. You may disagree with me, and that's fine, but I will never do anything in their universe or ever again. You've become oddly fond of Henry since his commitment to the source material? Yes. Saw a rumor that the 40k speculation was at early stages, but more a diversion for him to become the next James Bond. Yeah, that too. I did hear rumors about him becoming James Bond as well. I don't know if that's true. Isn't he American? Or am I insane? Had a few beers tonight. It's a great game to play when you're pie-eyed. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way it's meant to be played. When you are literally high. Henry Cavill is British. He is British. Okay. I've never seen him put off a British accent. At least, not one that I, like, recognized as particularly British. Just always skimmed over it. Never really hit me as such. I mean, when the first impressions are very important, right? So the first thing we know him from is, or I knew him from, is Superman, and I'll never see him as anything else, at least in terms of nationality. But yeah, in that case, I think he'd do fine as a James Bond. He would. Indubitably. Just like Family Guy, such a great family show. Not. Yeah. Incredibly popular. Just like The Simpsons as well. Are you a fan of comic books, Charles? My favorite comic book is Batman. I am a fan of comic books. I mean, I was, anyway. I'm not really anymore. But I do love old school comic books. The old Batman was crazy and cool. I love the idea of Batman as just a straight-up Sherlock Holmes detective in, like, the 20s mob era. That's great. Great stuff. I actually collected some of Spider-Man for a while, and Superman, and Batman. Venom? I got a few random Venom comics. Yes, Batman Detective Comics, exactly, Amadeo. Yeah, I think he would be a good Bond. Oddly outsider for me would be Jason Statham. Jason Statham? That would be an interesting one. I want to see him in more roles that don't have him acting like a robot. Because I've never seen him in anything where he wasn't a total, like, cool, say-nothing sort of dude. But I think he's a good actor, and I think he has the physicality. I loved his portrayal in Cyberpunk 2049. Not Cyberpunk. Blade Runner 2049. That would... I will say that movie seems to be more of a Cyberpunk movie than a Blade Runner movie, in my opinion. I liked his portrayal, but I did not really like that movie very much. Your favorite is the Joker. Yes. Wow. Joker is definitely probably the most imposing and iconic villain of all time. That is helped by some amazing acting jobs, both by Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson. This is dangerous. I'm going to be getting this armor, even though these things could potentially kill me. Water spouts that do magic damage. I cannot fight these things just yet. Not at all. Whoa! Although I could try. No. 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 Get around the log! Doesn't everyone misses Heath Ledger? It's true, Amadeo. Oh, also Mark Hamill. I would say, even beyond Heath Ledger, the best portrayal of Joker. That influenced Heath Ledger as well. Okay. I recently saw in an interview with Heath Ledger talking about Batman before the movie came out that he said he thought that The Dark Knight was a popcorn movie that, you know, was like, what did he say? He said it was a popcorn movie. That it was, you know, a pleasant movie for the masses. And then he went on to give it the best portrayal of all time. It's crazy. The way he thought about it was so interesting to me. Because I would say Dark Knight is one of the best movies of all time. Like, especially of the 2010s. That's like the last good movie of the 2010s, in my opinion. Especially of the superhero genre. Like, any Marvel movie is a popcorn movie. Dark Knight, not so much. Come on. Here! Ha! I actually have not seen the most recent Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Oh no. I've been struck! We need to have full health or else he will die. Oh my gosh. He's hitting me now. What is up with that? Oh, I'm in the corner. Glug. Okay. Let's get back into the groove. You got a displate of Heath Ledger. Excellent. Displates are awesome. Woo! Hi. Whoop. This is not good. Such an accurate reflection of the issues in society. Society. We live in a society. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Nice. I did not even plan to kill Havel at this juncture, but that works. That's very helpful, in fact. Very nice. We can't even fast roll. Keck W. Okay, we can do that. Oh dear. Snap. At least we can wear gloves. I can't agree with that, but each to their own. The latest Batman was boring. I really enjoyed the latest Batman. I enjoyed that. There was no Joker in the latest Batman, though. It was all the Riddler. And that Riddler sucked. I mean, I think the actor did a fine portrayal, but at the same time, it was just, let's try to have Heath Ledger slash the guy from Saw as the Riddler, as the new villain, and just cackling and crazy, just like Joker should be. And the whole point of him is to reveal the hypocrisy of the Wayne family, and it's like, why is that the plot? But I did enjoy Edward Cullen as Batman. It's actually kind of brilliant. Guy who played a vampire plays Batman. I get it. I dig it. It worked. I also kind of appreciate the fact that this Batman is so invested and obsessed with justice that he literally leaves the public eye and the public scene, society. That was an interesting thing that no one has done with Batman ever. He just leaves, and everything he's doing is Batman stuff. So he's just sleep-deprived and sad all the time. I really like that. Makes sense. Batman would be an edgelord in year one. Yeah, Riddler was not great. Agreed, it was the character design that got you. Yeah, well, I feel like no matter what the character design is, it can work if it is true to the comics in some fashion. They just went with a radicalized Redditor that got his hands on a bunch of trade secrets and made a bunch of bombs, and literally doing the same, like, chaos, justice thing that the Joker was doing in Dark Knight, and I'm like, can't you do anything yourself? Original? Heck. Oh, gosh. Heck indeed. Whoops, I was trying to get to this site of grace? No, the bonfire. Just fled. Right off. Drat. Now I have to run all the way back. Catwoman was good, though. I didn't like Catwoman in that movie, but it was a good inroad in the plot for a connection with Batman to the mob, the Mafia, and Penguin. That was the best part of the Batman movie, the most recent Batman movie, was Penguin. I cannot believe how they aged up that actor. Like, he looks like a young man without all that makeup and fat suit. And they made him look like he was, like, 55 years old, with a hook nose, addicted to coke and rum. Fat and happy, with, you know, pockmarked face. That was amazing. It was amazing. And his lines were so good. So good. Also, I did not dislike the portrayal of Commissioner Gordon. Did pretty well. Everyday man, as he should be. Nice mustache. Bane is great, but Tom Hardy is my all-time favorite actor. Loved him in Venom. Yes, Tom Hardy as Bane was not miscast at all, but misdirected. Like, he filled out that character completely, but the voice, man. The voice! Why? Oh, it was the worst choice to make him sound like a British villain. It's so stupid. I'll never get over it. And no one can convince me that the voice of Bane was super stupid in The Dark Knight Rises. That whole movie of The Dark Knight Rises was just a disaster. We didn't get a Robin, because they knew that they were going to have a an end to the trilogy, and yet they teased Robin after Batman is dead, after Batman's left Gotham. What? But I was born with it and molded by it. It's so funny. Oh. Minecraft guy, lol. Hey friend, everything for your stream on... Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Bot ban. Immediate bot ban. Now I know the Batman and Robin film was horrendous, but I actually thought Jim Carrey made an entertaining Riddler. Different style of film, though, of course. No, I liked that movie. I mean, it is terrible. It makes absolute mockery of Batman and Robin. But that wasn't Batman and Robin, though. Batman and Robin was Bane and Poison Ivy and Iceman. I mean, Mr. Freeze. I'm not sure that's Mr. Freeze, but you call him Iceman. I also enjoyed that movie, too. I am a child of the 90s. But I actually liked Batman Forever a lot. Up until Batman Begins came out, that was my favorite Batman movie. Batman Forever. It was really weird, and there wasn't enough Batman in it. But I loved that movie. Jim Carrey did a good job. Again, with Riddler, people don't know what to do because they want to turn him into Joker. And basically, the Riddler is Jim Carrey's version of Joker. Because the whole idea was that he's absolutely insane, and that's what caused him to don the Riddler persona. And they also based him off a very specific version of the Riddler in a certain comic book. And I would have preferred they adapted him with Jim Carrey off of the animated series. Whether it was Jim Carrey or not. Just a guy who's at a dead-end job. He's a genius. He has a super high IQ, but he's a nerd and everyone hates him at his job and is making fun of him. And he just wants to kill them all. And he's obsessed with riddles and with crossword puzzles, and he creates these games throughout Gotham to kill them all. And that's the original story. And he wears a green suit and has a cane. And he's very debonair and dashing, and he actually succeeds at becoming mayor at one point of Gotham because he's just so good at manipulation. That's the Riddler that I want to see. I don't want to see him a cackling, insane asylum, like, screaming madman anymore. That's exactly what they made him in the new movie. And I'm like, why? 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 I got him, though. No Black Knight halberd. This is still a spear playthrough. We did get Blue Chunk and Black Chunk. Mad Max is good. Yeah, I need to see Mad Max. I haven't seen any Mad Max. I'm sorry. I would love to. They all sound like fun, post-apocalyptic films. George Clooney batnips, though. And cod pieces. They really wanted to bring back the spirit of the 50s in a modern, dark, and gritty tone, which always goes well. Works well, doesn't it? No. Anyone here have a special place in their hearts for the Batman show? The Batman. Oh, yeah. That came after Batman the Animated Series aired. And it had that Joker did a very good job at emulating Mark Hamill's voice. And he was great. That Joker was amazing. He was more bestial than human, that version of the Joker. It was a very good show. There were definitely episodes that were worse. But yeah, I liked it. I don't think it was as good as the Batman animated series, but I really liked the style. I have the Batman action figure of Batman. And I like it a lot. Oh, why am I here? Oh, really? Well, here we go. Going to try to slay a dragon. Oh no, that's not happening. I could try to get across all the way to Firelink. What would be the point? We can just go to Firelink through Undead Burg. No, we must explore. We must adventure. Oh, also, I'm undead. Let's go fix that. You like Enigma from the Gotham series? Was that the young Riddler? Yeah. Mickey from the Rocky movies in it too. Oh. Loved all the games. The Batman games? I haven't played all the Batman games, but there are definitely some really good ones out there. I actually played Batman Forever on the Game Boy, of all things. Classic beat-em-up with the controls based on Mortal Kombat for some reason. Oh. rest. Reverse. Batman Asylum is the best still. You're probably right. I haven't played all of them. Okay, I think that's enough clipping things for today. I'm here now. Welcome back, Berksimus. Glad you've enjoyed your clippings. Simple entertainment at its finest. Indeed. It may be simple, but it's mine. Yes. Okay. So, Batman Arkham Asylum? As in the same trilogy as Batman Arkham Knights? And Arkham City? Oh, shoot. Ah! Oh, he killed himself. Charles wins again! Okay. I'm not dead. Heard the latest Batman game was terrible. I've seen gameplay, and it's not anything special. That's for sure. Doesn't have Batman in it, so you gotta do something to make it more interesting. And all they did is they parroted the gameplay of, I think, Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man, and have you grind every character to use their special abilities. If you can't use any special abilities by any of the characters, the side characters, unless you grind through multiple hours with them. And, I mean, I think the gameplay... Owie! Come on, man! Ooh. I forgot how hard these things are. I think I just need to run by them. Heh. Drat. Seems to be half and half. You either hate it or you love it. Really? I've heard a lot of middling reviews. Tipsy Juicebox. Welcome in, Tipsy. Pleasure to have you. It looks fun, I will say. But it looks very basic. Like, if it came out 10 years ago, I think people would give it a good review. But Batman Arkham City is a much better open world, with so many more things you can do with Batman. It makes this game look like it came out in 2009. And the graphics are much worse. I think I might prefer the gameplay of the new Gotham game to the Arkham games, because I don't like Shadow of War gameplay style or the Arkham gameplay style. The rock, paper, scissors beat 'em up is not... I can't get into it. But the Gotham Knights thing seems to be very RPG-like. Seems to you like a copy of the last Arkham game, just different characters? It's not. It definitely isn't. It doesn't have the same gameplay style. It doesn't have the same controls. Not even similar controls. It's more like if you took Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man, or Marvel's Miles Morales, and you pasted over the Batman extended family over it. And that's the game. Outside of, you know... Oh my gosh. One shot? Seriously. Oh, using up all of my humanity on this run. I knew it could happen. Would you ever consider playing Choo-Choo Charles? John sucks at life. Welcome in, John. Yes. I think I would enjoy doing that. I got a sword at least. It's like one of the worst swords in the game. It's not. I played through with it all the way to the end of my last paladin build, but it's not great. Where is it? The Astora Straight Sword. 50 physical and 50 magic, scaling with faith. Which is odd. It's like you don't really want your weapon to be dealing magic damage if you're a cleric, right? And the split damage can be nice against enemies that don't have any resistances, but against enemies that have resistances, especially DLC bosses, it is worthless. And yes, Choo-Choo Charles has my name in it, so I probably have to watch it. All faith in humanity lost. Sag. Oh my gosh. The audio. Interesting? Bye-bye, lightning audio. Oh, all the dragon audio is gone. Interesting glitch we have discovered this day. Honestly, I'm glad. Their shrieking was too much. Okay. Do we have more than 50 arrows or bolts? No. We can't kill him then. Snap. Alright, what you doing? Okay, I got that. I really, really want that item. No audio at all. Okay. Dragon Crest Shield acquired! You! No, yeah, the only audio is the grass. What the what? Something changed. I wonder if it will come back when I leave this valley. Mine. Large soul of a nameless soldier. There's another bridge way over there. I wonder what that's to. Is that the Undead Burg, or... No, that's Blighttown. Wow. Okay. Do we have anything to upgrade with?
Hey, hang on. Is that an ember? Oh, I'm sorry. We of Vinheim don't deal in shoddy embers like that. Perhaps she's trying old Smith out of the country.
It was dropped by a creature that killed a blacksmith. Have you played the Final Fantasy games at all, Charles? I have played a little bit. I've played, like, the first 20 or 30... Oh, we did get the Black Knight Halberd. Oh, no! This is a Dex build. See, this is always how it happens. In any build that I want to use halberds, the Black Knight Halberd does not drop. Only in builds where I'm using something else does it drop. And then I don't use it. For Pete's sake. Requires a lot of strength. But yes, I've played like 20 or 30 minutes of Final Fantasy VII multiple times, only to be bored to death. Make it past the first level, go through the training area, start talking to people in the town, and then I stop, inevitably. Then I played the demo for Final Fantasy VIII, and I enjoy that game a lot. The active combat system is very enjoyable to me, and I really like the more mature look and aesthetic and story, I think. I prefer everything in Final Fantasy VIII to Final Fantasy VII. It's just the type of person I am. It's a preference.
Goodbye.
But I've only gotten through maybe 50 hours of Final Fantasy VIII, which is nowhere near the end. Apparently it's like 2 or 3 times larger than that, if I keep playing the way I do, which is long, slow play. So I don't think I'll ever beat a Final Fantasy game. Not that I dislike games that are long. Elden Ring is hundreds of hours. And I have over 600 hours of Elden Ring already. But, Final Fantasy, even though I enjoy the Final Fantasy VIII gameplay, it's just so slow, and the turn-based system is still not my favorite to play with. It's just a lot. Spent a vast amount of hours in 9, currently closing in on the end of the 7 remake. Very nice, MNC gamers. Here's the deal. I wish that I had grown up with playing those games, because maybe I would enjoy them more. I did end up playing a bit of maybe 5 or 6 hours of Final Fantasy 15, and I enjoyed that. The combat in that game is very fun. Very fun indeed. It's just, you don't always get a chance to engage with the combat. Instead, you're fishing and feeding cats and making meals and having time with the bros, and that's good and all. That's cool. It's fun. It's good characterization. But not that it's wasting time. It's just taking away time from what I enjoy about the game. And that's the same in any Final Fantasy or turn-based strategy game. They tend to focus so much on the characters and the story that I can't get into them. 15 was certainly a bit more broad in content, indeed. Indeed it is. I think it's enjoyable, though. I enjoy the gameplay more than Horizon Zero Dawn, I can tell you that. 9 caught you at the right time growing up. I see, yes. That is seemingly the correct, the game for certain age groups. Interestingly, Final Fantasy, like Kingdom Hearts, and like Dragon Ball, is a thing I think you need to get introduced to at a young age, and then you will love it your whole life. But that if you get introduced to it way later on, and don't have experience with it, it's not gonna catch on very easily. At least for me, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, so we've done several things that we needed to do. We got the Grass Crest Shield, huzzah. We got Havel's Ring, huzzah. We killed the Moonlight Butterfly. We have the Ember for holy weapons. What do we do now? Do we go ahead and attack the gargoyles? Couldn't agree more. I see they're remastering 1 through 6 for next year. Oh, really? That's exciting, actually. I kind of want to play the original Final Fantasies. They're just such archaic games.
How did that silly sorcerer's apprentice end up? You know, the one always prattling on about Master Logan. He left for the Undead Burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a hollow.
Hehe. What a kindly fellow this is. Yeah, I think the next step is to go ahead and face the gargoyles. Something I'm not very excited to do. We have all the armor smith boxes, so we can get right along with that. Oh boy. Never played anything before 7. Oh really? Wow, wow. A lot of people say 6 is where it's at. So crestfallen. So sad. So warrior. Such crestfallen. Wow. Like I say, I would like to have been a person, a Final Fantasy person. They all seem like cool people. It's a cool thing to be into, in my opinion. Let's go get this bonfire first. And hopefully get some more Titanite out of these guys. Perhaps. I would love to be able to wear heavier armor, but without good endurance, we can't. Also, I'm just happy that I can stream this, for heaven's sakes. And we're not getting freezes at all. Yeah. Final Fantasy is one of those series that if you're in for life. Exactly. I have been messaged. I'll probably only be streaming for another hour or two.
I've seen one of those, but might you...
Ember of a divine blacksmith.
Well, thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
What do we need for this winged spear? Oh, just 3 Titanite shards. We already have 2. I mean, 1. We need 2. And I'll reinforce it a 6th time. The partisan might end up with higher damage, I'm not sure. Now it can be upgraded to a divine winged spear, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It'd be cool to have 2 spears. One for skeletons and one for normal enemies, perhaps. What else can we purchase from him? A pike! Ha ha ha! That is another good weapon. Might actually be better than the one we are wielding even now. 58 stability. Very nice. For those shields.
Get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
What does this have? 51 stability. Oh, I don't even have a shield that's that high of stability. Charles out here looking too strong. Number 2 strong. Thank you, Berxibus. Thanks a lot. I will indeed be summoning Solaire because I do not have any... I do not believe in myself. I have no confidence that I can defeat them on my own. I know this has good damage now, but not sure if that will be enough. Praise the sun, my brother in Solaire. My brother in Solaire. Praise the sun! Indeed. Oh, Titanite Shard and Hollow Soldier Shield. Thank you. Great place to grind. Great place to grind. In fact, I'm going to do that a bit more, just for the sake of these shields. One shot! Whoa! Yes, there is an emote that is similar in Elden Ring. Doesn't have the same feel, but it is similar. No! Oh. Nice. That guy can parry you if you're not careful. But he missed, so that's good. You right, but it is about the closest we gon' get. Is true. It is... Which one are you talking about specifically? There is the ring, and then there is... Oh, Titanite Shard. Thank you. Exaltation, I think it is. Or ecstasy, something like that. I love that one. Let me look. There's also inner order, outer order, and fundamentalism. Or the T-pose. Those are good. I love them. I love them all. Hey, we got a soft humanity. Let's go. Not T-posing out here. T-pose to show dominance. Alright, we have more enemies to face up yonder way. I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm just scared, because look at how much damage this guy can give me. I'm dead! Two-shot. Two-shot. If that guy can kill me in 2 hits, what can the gargoyles do? Sheesh! Sheesh! I should probably just grind out for the knight armor and be done. It's fine. We can fat roll our way to victory. Or slow roll, anyway. Mid-roll. It's mid-roll. Mid-roll ads! Also, I can't believe we're at 964 followers. 64 followers in a single month. That's amazing. Oh, Rapture! That's it. Yes, yes, yes. I love that one. That's my favorite emote in Elden Ring. I don't use emotes much. That's why I can't remember all of them. I mean, I do use the huzzah pose, the victory pose, a lot. Is it weird that I find backstabs in Elden Ring more satisfying than in any other Souls game? Yes. Yes, it is. Because it's literally the same as Dark Souls 3, and there's, with certain weapons, it's the same as Dark Souls 1, although they did indeed increase the number of backstab animations. You get a different backstab animation if you use scythes, I think. It's different now? Nah, the sound, I believe, is what makes it much more satisfying. Is it not the same sound? I mean, it's not the same sound as this, that's for sure. Bit more high def. Is that what makes the difference? Well, you do you, my friend. I think so. Huh. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to try to remember the sound effects in this game for backstabs, and then try and compare them when next I play Elden Ring. I think it is a bit different, but I don't think it's much more satisfying. I didn't get a backstab. Drat. We'll go get one on these miscreants. Here. Backstaboo? Yeah, it's not very loud. In Elden Ring, they are loud. Extremely loud. Also, the parry noise is increased in volume as well. It's not just deesh, it's BAM! I don't know. I can't even make an impression of the way it sounds. You wait your turn. He's not waiting his turn. Yeah. I am very squishy. Saw how much that guy drank. It did not help him. In fact, a side-by-side on YouTube probably exists for Elden Ring, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 1, with all the backstabs and parries. That'd be cool to look into. So there are my souls. And my humanity. And we do need to be human in order to bring in Solaire. Oh, I'm a purple guy. From FNAF. I'm the purple guy. I always come back. Alright. Reverse hollowing again. Good thing I've gotten all these soft humanities so that I can keep dying and restoring my humanity. The best way to go through this game is to have 10 humanity at all times. It increases all of your resistances as well as item discovery. But you need so much humanity for that. It's pretty illogical that you should expect to get that many. That's another thing I don't like about Dark Souls 1. It's one of the things I don't like about Dark Souls 1. There aren't many. One of the things, outside of having to backtrack and not being able to teleport until halfway through the game, and then not being able to teleport to specific sites, the fact that a lot of boss, not all, but several boss soul weapons are only good if you have 10 humanity. That sucks. I think that's a bad way of doing things, unless you can get infinite humanities easily. I think that's ridiculous. That requires so much grinding, either for souls to buy them or for soft humanities, that it feels horrible. When you went through Dark Souls, you pretty much never used humanities. Toward the ends of the game, I had like 60 and started using them for the final DLC bosses, I think. Oh, good. That is the way to do things, I think. Save them up. Only use them when you need them most. They are a full heal, which is grand. Okay, here we go. Time for the poking at the bottleneck. The great poking. I'm the pokey little puppy. There you go. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh gosh, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 10. 10 hollows. How many hollows does it take to screw in a light bulb? They can't because they're dead! I don't know. Ooh, Boulder Gauntlets and a Titanite. I like the Boulder Gauntlets. They're also slightly lighter. Yeah, baby! Any armor that has more shiny surface area, it's good on my watch. I prefer it to the Knight Gauntlets. I don't care what their stats are. Humanity! There we go. Barbara Manatee! You're so good to me. Sent from up above. You are the one I love. Da da da.
Still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Without recourse. I will let you go. For now.
Thank you. Yes. Sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
Alright.
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I have just been freed. Allow me some time.
Very well. I shall give you time. Two minutes, not a second more. Boost poise or defense when low. I think defense when low. We don't have very much health. I'm gonna go and heal myself. And level my vitality. They call it vigor in Elden Ring. I don't know why they keep switching around the titles for the stats. Can definitely level this. I think I'll upgrade the boulder gauntlets, you know? Why not? If we have the souls. And we do not. Okay. This armor should be fine. Probably. Alright, now we need to survive all the way up until the gargoyles themselves. I'm always nervous about this because my first playthrough was such a nightmare. I got so stuck on this boss. But I've beaten this game at least 40 times, so should be fine. Oh, we got another soft humanity just now. Amazing! That's worth doing. What? Ow. 40 times. Yeah, I like this game a bit. There we go. You are indeed a Souls fan, yes. And here, the thing is, all of my time is not recorded anywhere because it's split between Xbox, an Xbox account, Xbox 360, PC, PS4, and PS5, all of which I've bought the game on. And I've also lost some progress due to corrupted saves. So unfortunately, I don't have all the records showing how much time I truly have in this game. I think 40 is correct. It could be more, but I'm not sure. I've definitely started the game at least 40 times. Probably way more than that, honestly. On stream, I've probably finished the game at least 14 times. Knight Solaire? Come hither, friend! Do we have the Praise the Sun emote yet? No. How do you get that? Oh, hurrah! We do need hurrah. Huzzah! Hip hip! Hooray! That's the emote I always use. The Golden Boy. Is that you, Golden Guy? It's you. Alright. Also, we shall stick pine resin. Just to make it that much easier. Oh boy. I think you started the game twice before beginning your first successful playthrough. Thus your love for Souls games began. Yeah, I must have restarted it at least 5 times. Being like, okay, how does this game work? What are all the different classes? I lay claim to all golden characters ever. Period. That's what I thought. As you should, my man. Glorious gargoyle cutscene. I'm totally okay with cutscenes that introduce boss characters. I don't have a problem with that, especially if you can skip them. Give me the option to skip and I'll probably watch. Take away my option to skip and I won't play a game. I love that roar look. That roar effect. Yeah, you go get him. Wow. This will all be over soon. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Bye bye, Bell Gargoyle number 1. Oh my. Sunlight medal acquired. And I'm being called. One moment, please. Alright. Charles has returned. Huzzah. So what has gone on since I came back? Since I left, I mean. And I defeated the gargoyle in 6 hits. Both of them. That is definitely the fastest I've ever slain the bell gargoyles. Oh my gosh. That did not accurately display the horror of a first gargoyle experience. No, wait, there's 2. There's 2? Yeah. Yeah. That was a hard stop for my playthrough the first time through. Imagine if the phone call was from an animal protection agency and they were mad because it killed the gargoyle. You never know. Welcome in, 5 Luces. Greetings and salutations, and thank you for the fabulous, frabjous follow. Appreciate you being the 965th follower of the Federation. Pleased to make your acquaintance, 5 Luces. Sorry for that, imposition of the phone call. We have rung the first bell of awakening and gained 11,699 souls. Yes. Beautiful game, this. I gotta say, the size and scope of the world, it looks even bigger than Elden Ring, even though it isn't. And I think that's an amazing achievement. Not nearly as much, like, hi, Oswald, forgot about you.
Greetings. I am Oswald of Career, the Park.
So true, though.
Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
All sin is my domain. I love his voice so much. It's so good. We can buy the... Oh, this is why we need 15,000. It's not actually that useful. The poison bite ring. Yeah, none of these are actually useful. I mean, Velka's talisman is good for a Velka's talisman playthrough. I should buy a purging stone. I should do that right now. It's probably extremely expensive here, but we won't be purchasing one for quite a while, so boom.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
It is only human to commit a sin. He's a katana wielding boy. A dual katana wielder. Oh no, he has a knife and a katana. No, that's not a katana. Straight sword. That's Velka's rapier, I'm sure.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome back. I am pleased to see thee preserving thy humanity.
Yes, I am, actually, in this playthrough. Solomon SK, good day to you, good day to you, good day to you, and to you. Thank you, Solomon SK, and welcome back to Charles Chill Channel. It is what it is.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
Yes, blurps are off. It's not that they're off, they don't exist. Because my PC is not accessible, my friend. I'm sorry. It had to gimp it. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll use a homeward bone. We have 8 of them. Yes, PC. I did an update. I updated a driver, and when I tried to restart, it would not show up on screen. I tried multiple monitors, I tried multiple HDMI cables. It will not show up on screen. I don't even know if it's booting up. Gets power though. So I'm streaming from the PS5 today, hopefully only for today. I mean, I must say, the simplicity of PS5 streaming is ecstatic. It is real nice to not have to worry or meddle with settings and freezing capture cards, but it is nicer. So the OS and/or hard drive is acting up? I believe so. That or just the HDMI port, but I'm pretty sure it's updating the drive that did it. Alright, Metal, keep corrupting my files so not to find an actual software. What? That sentence, I do not understand it. We're doing insanely good damage at this point. Solomon SK, KK, no problem. I shall see you with the blurbs. SYA, the blurbs. I shall sya the blurbs. Sya. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Solomon. You shall say them. Oh, thank you. Of course. I gotta say, though, in about 20 minutes, my father will be coming home, and we will be taking the PC to a friend's house so that it can be looked at, because my friend has some very good IT experience. So if he can't work with it, then we'll have to take it to a repair shop. So I won't be streaming much longer, I'm afraid. And thank you for the 15 bitty boos for the ball. Amazing! Amazing meatball! Appreciate that heavily, my dear Solomon SK. Thanks for the 15 bitty boos. And to Charles Quasars Banks. You use Metal TV to clip stuff while you're playing, but it doesn't like it when you add clips from other places, so you have to find an actual video editing software. Oh, I see. Interesting. I've never heard of Metal TV, but
Well, you need...
I'm sure it exists. I don't know. I hope it works out for you in the future, my good man. Really good for PC gamers. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I would be a PC gamer if the PC didn't flipping stop working. Can't type today. No worries. No worries. I should probably upgrade this, hey? It's a very good shield. And it's getting immediate stability upgrades. That might be worth doing. Is it though? Is it actually worth doing? I love this helmet so much. I'm not going to upgrade any armor until we know what armor we'll be wearing in the endgame. But the grass crest shield will be useful throughout the entire game, so might as well stack up that stability. Alright, Bell Gargoyles complete. The rest of the game awaits. Quelaag awaits. What do we need? 6,273 souls to level now. And the soul of Moonlight Butterfly. Huh, how much is that? It's like, what, 4,000 or something? At most? I'ma save it. Save it till I truly need it. So yeah, I shall probably make some way... Hold on. Yeah, let's go fight the Boulder Knights again. I hope they drop their shield. I know I'll be using the Grass Crest shield for most of the playthrough, but if I need good shield for combat specifically, then I'll get that out. Shut up, Chris! Thanks for the 15 bitty boos. Nailed it. Shut up, Chris. I do love that one. It's so funny. So random. So random. Oh, snap. Oh, double kill! I need more endurance. Can't do a single jump attack without completely getting rid of all of my... Stop that! Getting rid of all of my endurance. Stamina. Oh, there's one over here that I can slay with my spear. I like this spear. I've never used spears in Dark Souls 1 before, in all my playthroughs. Something I enjoy doing a lot is just playing through the game with a simple sword and board playthrough. Longsword and kite shield. Knight armor. Upgraded to max. That's all. Just play through the whole thing that way. It's fun, man. And very casual. That's most of my playthroughs. Honestly. That or Claymore or Zwei or Bastard Sword. I've even done a War Pit playthrough. That actually was much harder than I expected it to be. Really good early game, not so good late game. Not good at all. You have to be so close to the enemy. I mean, it's very similar to the Morning Star and other hammers, but those do more damage. In the end. Morning Star, especially because of the bleed. Very nice weapon. Alright. So I'm afraid the stream will be ending shortly. Oh, Balder armor! Hey. I don't like it in terms of looks, but it is very solid. And lighter than the Elite Knight set. PS5 has a streaming software you can install. I didn't know you could do that. It's not even a software you can install. It's just on there to start with. This button, and it's the same on the PS4, but this button is the broadcast button. You click that, and it opens up a menu that says save recent gameplay, take screenshots, start new recording, broadcast, share screen, capture options. I think they've had that since since PlayStation 3. MNC Gamers, it's been a pleasure to watch this stream. Hope the PC gets sorted soon for you. Me too. Hopefully tonight. What I'm thinking he'll do is... Oh, snap. Whoa. That's not the usual. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, camera. Yeah, anyway. What I expect to have happen is he will access the computer by another means that is not HDMI, USB-C or something else, and then put it in whatever it's called, that mode, retrieval mode? I can't remember. That sets it back before the latest update. That way I can use HDMI cables with my PC like a normal person. Yes, goodbye, thanks for watching, MNC Gamers, God bless you all. Good Lord loves you, and so do I, as I'm sure you very well already know. Take care. Martin and Caroline. You left there, you can't say kind don't powa. Mi anak nate, you go tonight there, you kumi koto wo. Thanks for that, Young Sprite. Welcome back to Charles Chill Channel on a scuffed PS5 streaming playthrough of Dark Souls. It's safe to say that I've officially passed the semester. Congratulations, Young Sprite, with ululations. I'm very pleased to hear it, Young Sprite. Congrats, congrats. And huzzah for you, exactly. Thank you very much. Goodbye and God bless MNC Gamers. Yeah, I'm just about to end the stream because my father is about to pick me up and bring me and my PC over to a friend's house so that it can be fixed. Which is why I'm streaming from PS5 right now. Level? Level? Endurance. Boom. Science exam you took today killed you. You're lucky you even passed that. Indeed. That is impressive. I mean, that is great. Thank God, eh? Well, we do get to show off our biceps with this armor, I guess. Kind of looks like the, if it were filled in more, it would look like the Elden Ring Bloodhound Knight armor. And if it had its cape. Which I'm very sad that it doesn't. Gotta show off those gains! Wish you Godspeed in dealing with those PC issues, my friend. Thank you. Like I said earlier, too strong. Yes, Charles, too strong. A backstaboo. Yeah, I think I agree now that I think about it, Bergsonis. Backstabs in Elden Ring are surely more satisfying than this. They are satisfying in this, I gotta say. But Elden Ring, it's dramatic. Super dramatic. Charles Eubanks is strong boy. Oh, thank you. Charles, would you ever stream a God of War game? I have streamed God of War in the past. The first one to the most recent reboot of God of War, I did play through for, I think, 12 hours on stream. Multiple streams, and I did not enjoy it. I could not get into it. Especially because I played through a couple of the original God of War games, and those were wildly inappropriate, something I wouldn't stream on Twitch ever, being a Christian. The newer God of War games, I think, are a lot more appropriate, but I just don't enjoy them very much. They are far more focused on cinematics than gameplay, and I also don't prefer the over-the-shoulder look. Like, your character is always on the left, and I hate that. Also, they try to use the camera in such a way as to hide all load screens, and it's a constant one-take shot. That was a big focus of the development of it, and I think it's hokey and weird, and it doesn't add to the enjoyment at all. It's just like, okay, that's weird. Why is that a thing? So what you get are a lot of hidden load screens of you just talking to your boy while slowly rowing a boat. Or just walking for ages in cutscenes. I will say, the cutscenes are very well melded into the in-game gameplay. It's all in-engine. That's fine. As it should always be. But I just did not find the gameplay as engaging as previous ones. Yeah, the old God of War games were brutal and highly sexualized. God of War 4, good, but needed more enemies. Yeah, and more enemy variety. Just more combat in general. I would appreciate that. Yeah, it's very tanky. It's very slow. You're God of War, and you can barely run more than 1 mile per hour. What's up with that? I appreciate the brutality system, like you go into rage mode, I like that, sure. But it happens in very specific places. You can't just turn it on whenever you want and go ham, because the levels are designed for arena battles. Anyway, let's go, amigo, let's go! In God of War 4, it's good, but oh, I need more, I read that. No sounds? That's brutal. That's brutal. Yes, today we are playing straight from the PS5, which does not have any blurps, overlays, or notifications. Which is great. Because my PC is borked, and I have to get that sent over to a friend today, which I will be doing shortly. So we'll be ending shortly as well. But thanks for coming, Stefan. How do you do? I'm not hollow. We can always tell I'm not hollow with this armor. Oh, I understando. Holds up, then I voice the sounds myself. Thank you. Excellent. I look forward to hearing that. Oh, shit. The knight armor. Oh! Oh! It's so good! It's so good! Oh! It's beautiful. Forget the boulder armor. This is great. Yes, the white number in the corner tells you you're not hollow. That actually does not tell you whether you are hollow or not. The number is there if you have humanity popped, not if you are hollow or not hollow. I would demonstrate, but I want to retain my humanity. Where do I actually need to go? We could go back through the Undead Burg, or we could go... Stuff. It's hollow! Live. Aha! Did the meow, 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 meow. Thank you. What buses are still alive? Ba-dum-tsh. Buses? 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 Oh, bosses! Oh, that took me a while. I was thinking that, just rolling that over in my head, like, okay, what does it mean? We slew gargoyles and moonlight butterfly, that's it. So we have Quelaag to do. What is the way to Quelaag? Oh, we need to go through the Undead Burg. That's right. I forgot about that. We could do the depths and the Capra Demon next. After that, I think, is the time to go back to kill the Stray Demon. Returned from the supermarket, went to get a new keyboard, decided you don't want to use your laptop's keyboard anymore due to the fact you don't want to cause trouble to him. So tired and feeling guilty due to the fact I had to spend money and time doing stuffs. That's no reason to feel guilty. You do what you gotta do, my good man. In fact, I'd say it's better that you went and did stuffs than that you did nothing. You should be proud. Proud of yourself that you got out and saw the world. Also, this should be open, but it's not. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. I honestly do not remember. Oh, I remember. Oh, we get humanity from rats. I'm poisoned. Ah, oh no. Actually, we do have a couple of purple moss clumps, thank God. The journey back is a dangerous one. Out of my way. Thank you. Ah, you're welcome. So happy that the guy attended you. The place was closing down. Oh, really? Close. Close to closing. 'Tis the season for kindness indeed. Yeah, the rats that actually poisoned you. Money! Actually, let's go get this. Shall we? I don't think I have the power to kill the dragon just yet. Yes, closing for the evening. Mm-hmm. Come. Thank you. I'm not going to pick up anything. I'm not going to pick up anything. I'm not going to pick up anything. You thought the Drake was immortal? Now I have to kill him. Just to show that he isn't. Oh, I need to touch the bonfire before he breathes. That does not do much damage, does it? Rest. Here in my city, most businesses don't go past 10, some don't go past 6. Yeah. I guess that's normal, to a certain degree. Here in the US, a lot of stores close at the same hours. Most, I would say. Although there are increasing numbers of stores now that close at midnight. In fact, when we moved here from Colorado, we were used to libraries closing at 9 or 10 on weeknights, closing at 8 on Sundays. When we came over here, we found that the local library opens at 11 and closes at 5. And I'm like, what the heck? Why? Like, does the state not give enough money for the libraries to be open longer than that? What in the blazes is wrong? You can't spend more than 6 hours at the library. Ever. That's during weekdays. I'm like, it's so bizarre. So basically, by the time most people get home from work, there is no time for them to go to the library. It's bizarre. That is some small town stuff. Gotta love it. Do you? It is because it's a small town. It totally is. But I don't love that. Okay. So, do I kill the Drake just to prove a point? How do we get him back is the question. I mean, small towns are better quality of life, they say. True. Well, that's because the types of jobs that are available are the ones that are like construction, trucking, farming, you know, manual labor, things that require you to get up and go, rather than office jobs or entertainment and the arts. So people are far more healthy in these places, but the entertainment arena is just completely lacking. The culture is lacking, so it's a trade-off. You either get horrible cesspits of evil and sin, or you get places that don't have any culture. One or the other. Zomian, greetings and salutations! Welcome back to Charles Chill Channel. Hello! And welcome to a PS5 stream, because my computer has pooped out on me. We're streaming right off of the PS5. Let's get us this nice, close bonfire. Oh, nice. Yes, it is sad that the entertainment industry has a flair for the evil, it is true. Culture flirts with those things, true. Oh. People who are open-minded enough to live their lives embracing the arts generally are tempted to opening their minds too wide. Like my dad always said, have an open mind, but not so open as to let your brains fall out. And that's not something that most people in the entertainment industry have a philosophy of. Can we level again? Yes! Oh! Joy! More damage, or what? What do we get? Endurance. That is, strangely enough, the most important thing I could be leveling right now. PS4 sounding like a helicopter at last, at least mine does. I'm using the PS5, and it is quite quiet at the moment. When you take CDs and you put them into the CD drive, or the CD, discs anyway, you put them into the drive of the PS5, it whirs like a helicopter indeed. But only then, really. Oh! Oh, we're fine. They say it is a today thing, but nah, it's a recurring thing since the time humans decided to start drawing mammoths in caves. You are correct about that, Pt2. It's easy to idolize entertainment over people if you're too far into it. Spend too much time on it. Not enough time with good folk. Focusing on others.
Help me! Unlock the door. Damn. How did this ever happen?
Can you run at not 3 in this game? I'm not sure. I hate it. Get it? Not sure. Knee slapper. I have no idea how fast you run in this game. The answer would be if that's fast, then no. You run very slowly. Crap. Double kill. Stabbing all the boys. Twin humanities acquired. Glorious. How do I get that open? What key do we need? Is it the residence key? Because why does the master key not work on that residence? Hold on. Come on. Oh yeah, these dogs cause bleed. Forgot about that. There we go. He's still alive. Ah, you need the residence key for that door. Okay. I knew there was a reason for it. Is he dead? He's dead. There we go. Kill them before they open the doors. That's my way. Derp! The Jawas! The Jawas are attacking. What the heck happened to you? Okay. Wait a minute. There are things inside some of these. I don't remember which. Aha! Mail breaker. We don't need anything to actually have in these places. It's laid out. I really like their armor set. I also really like this area. Very reminiscent. Well, Bloodborne areas are very reminiscent of this low village stratum. Oh gosh. Don't let them get behind you. Yes, Hollow Thief's leather armor. It's really cool to me. I don't know why. Especially with a hood. It's just the colors. It's like a samurai armor, but with raggedy medieval style. I like it. Not as much as the knight armor. But he's cool. Ah, the thief armor is even cooler. Maybe. Maybe? Yeep! Dog. We are coming upon a difficult boss, at least early game. Not sure I actually have time for it. This will be the final boss that I defeat for tonight. And I must leave with my father with the PC. Let's see if I can fix it. Hi! Nerd! Okay. We made it. Dogs? 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 Here! Made it. Are you going to drop down here? Oh, the dog did. Oh no. Okay, we've gotten over the dogs. Oh, I forgot about that follow-up. Glug? It's a very straightforward fight if the dogs are dead. Eh. Oh, nice. Stagger. Yes! Yes! First try. Key to the depths. Acquired. Charles wins again! Yes! Huzzah! Humanity and Homeward Bone acquired. Alright. This is good. Now we must open up the side door. And not get ambushed. Love when you say that? Yeah, so do I. It means I won. Which I would like to happen all the time, if possible. Huzzah to victory! We have taken victory from the jaws of defeat. Large soul of a lost undead. Also, isn't it cool just how bright this game is? We're fighting literal demons, and yet it's a bright and shiny day outside. I like that. I wish more games had that feel. The kind of juxtaposition of the two is a nice sense. Because you feel how things should be and how things are going. Better than snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Very much so.
You still have your senses.
This is my favorite NPC in this game.
Why won't you buy some of my moss? I need your souls.
She's so cute. Yes, you can purchase purging stones for double the amount that you could at the other guy. You can also buy infinite humanity for 5,000 each, which is a lot. You can also buy pine resin for very, very little. I think we'll buy 2 of those. Now 3. And blooming purple moss clumps. Those are very rare.
This is a wonderful place, don't you think? We have water, moss, moisture, these nice iron bars. I like it here, I really do. Nothing good ever happened to me in life, but now that I'm undead, I've never been happier.
The sister of salad fingers. Wouldn't you know it?
Come again, if you please.
Nice iron bars. Yeah, I love her. She's great. Okay, so next time on Charles' Chill Channel. Hopefully the PC will be back up and running. But even if it isn't, we will be back with more Bible readings upon the morrow and more Dark Souls Shakespeare playthrough in the afternoon. And just get back to the bonfire. Stab. Stab. Oh! Stab. This armor is great. Armor makes a huge difference in this game, more so than any other. Yeah, block repeatedly and you'll shake your spear. True. Also. Woo! Shakespeare! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered! This is that day. Hey, Pappy, you're doing well. Just getting ready to end the stream. Yep. Welcome home. Nice and warm. Oh. I'm going to level. Yeah, me too. I am thankful for it. 1 level and that will be all for today. Endurance as always. Alrighty friends, thank you all so much for watching. It has been a very enjoyable day, in spite of the lack of a proper PC to properly stream from. I appreciate all of your support. It's been a normal day, basically. 5 new followers. That's ridiculous. I very much appreciate it. So, I will be off. Thank you all so much for watching. God bless you all, and remember, the good Lord loves you, and so do I. Goodbye, goodbye, thank you, goodbye. Farewell. Game Ninja Gaming. Pt2, Golden Guy, Zomian, and the rest. Farewell.